opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast. What a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Looking to pass, first play is Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back, because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Prescott now. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Cowboys are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Pollard going to try the right side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this for
touchdown, Cowboys? Tony Pollard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. Right at the 30. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now Lawrence. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Prescott from the gun. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 36 yards on the play. And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 14, Jaguars nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for it.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 67 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
First down carry by Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Dax swinging this out quickly to Lamb.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. This is Lamb on the end around. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action now. Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. It's a room to maneuver. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The Jaguars take over a 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 11.
They'll look to Etienne to start things out. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go option to the short side.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lawrence will throw.
He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Lawrence.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Again, Dak going to keep it. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
But that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
He finds Corey Davis, and he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
This one fielded at the 5.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
He'll Get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Ready. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That goes for a gain of 31. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
There you go.
Elliott is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try again with Elliott. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Everybody kill. Everybody kill. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
The score, Cowboys 31, Jaguars 7.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the stick.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 27, Lawrence. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Elliott running right. They find some open field here. Now a second stiff arm. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
Well, you don't become a two-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott.
That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
The point after is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Lawrence now to throw after that last run.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get...
Down. Hey, wahoo!
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 38, Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 22,
Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
the Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He'll drop this one off with Etienne.
No gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd down and goal.
Lawrence.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Dorrance Armstrong.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
3rd and goal. Trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up.